The night sky churned with storm clouds above the ruined castle of Eldrin, an ancient stone fortress perched on the edge of a craggy cliff. Thunder rolled like a war drum across the hills, shaking the bones of the earth. Rain fell in sheets, cold and hard, soaking into the overgrown courtyard where no man had stepped for centuries. This place had been abandoned since the last dragon of the northern highlands claimed it for its own. No villagers dared come close. The smell of sulfur, of scorched bones, and ancient blood clung to the stones. Deep within the castle's inner chamber, the dragon slept. Its body was coiled around the shattered remains of a throne, wings tucked close like folded sails, eyes shut tight beneath armored lids. Smoke curled from its nostrils as it exhaled in rhythmic gusts. The dragon was not young. Its scales were chipped and dull in places, a lifetime of battle scarring its enormous form. Yet, in sleep, it seemed eternal. Outside, something else stirred. It had come in the dark, wrapped in silence. Not from this world, not from any place touched by human history or the myths of dragonkind. It had come from the stars, clinging to a meteorite that cracked open the sky like a black egg hours before. No larger than a small dog, pale and insectal, the facehugger skittered across the wet stones. Its many legs clicked softly, and its long tail flicked behind it like a whip. It moved with purpose, not instinct but programming, an urge deeper than thought. It had tasted nothing since its landing. The first rabbit had been too small. The wild boar had fought hard, but still too small. This beast in the castle, it pulsed with potential. Life, ancient and potent. A host unlike any it had known. The perfect vessel. The facehugger scurried through the broken gate, ignoring the crumbled statues and collapsed roofs. It paused once at the arch of the inner sanctum, sensing something vast, something alive. Then it slipped inside, climbing the walls like a spider. It found the dragon at the heart of the keep. The dragon stirred. One eye creaked open, a vertical pupil glimmering gold in the dark. It smelled something. Not a man. Not prey. Something wrong. It lifted its head slowly, tail uncurling as it sniffed the air. The stone throne cracked beneath its movement. The dragon's scales glittered faintly in the stormlight. A low rumble built in its chest. The facehugger leapt. It moved faster than any natural predator, launching itself from a ruined column with all its limbs extended. The dragon reared back, surprised more than afraid, and the creature latched onto its snout, claws digging deep into scaled flesh. The dragon roared, the sound deafening, shaking dust from the rafters. Fire gushed from its throat and struck the ceiling, vaporizing moss and stone alike. But the facehugger held on. Its tail wrapped around the dragon's neck, tightening like a vice. Its ovipositor slid into the nostril, piercing deeper, searching for the brainstem. The dragon clawed at its own face, roaring again, fire bursting from its mouth in waves that lit up the castle like a forge. Its wings unfurled, smashing through pillars and sending rubble flying. Still, the thing clung, relentless, tireless. And then it was done. The facehugger loosened, falling away in a slow, almost satisfied motion. It lay twitching for a moment on the floor before curling in on itself and going still. The dragon collapsed to one side, wheezing, eyes glassy. For hours it did not move. When the storm passed and the moon came out again, something else opened its eyes inside the body of the beast. Days passed. The dragon did not stir. Ravens came, circling above the keep, then left. In the villages below, farmers spoke in hushed tones, wondering if the beast had finally died. They ventured a little closer, testing the borders, watching the skies. They did not notice the change in the wind. On the seventh day, the dragon stood again. But it was not the same. Its wings were tattered now, as if something had burst through them. Its chest heaved with irregular rhythm, and its scales had taken on a sickly sheen, blackened and stretched. Bone pushed out from its spine in new, jagged angles. Its eyes were darker, and behind them burned not intelligence, but hunger, a deep, seething hunger. The creature that had once been a dragon launched into the sky with a howl that split the heavens. Villages burned. Whole forests were turned to ash. But it wasn't just fire now, it was acid. The beast spit corrosive bile that ate through steel and flesh alike. Its jaw had unhinged into 3 pieces, revealing rows of smaller teeth within. A second mouth flicked out like a spear, piercing through walls and stone and armor. No knight's blade could pierce its hide. No arrow flew fast enough. It was a dragon no longer. It was the hybrid, the fusion, a nightmare born of alien instinct and ancient power. The queen of the hive, light years away in the cold dark of space, would have felt a ripple across the psychic tether of her kind. Something powerful had joined her brood, an apex predator forged in myth and fire. But the story did not end in fire and death. Another dragon lived, far to the east, high in the Skirich Mountains. Younger, yes, but fierce in its own right. Word of the corrupted dragon reached its eyrie, carried by wind spirits and trembling falcons. The young drake, silver-scaled and fierce-eyed, did not wait for the beast to come to it. Took to the skies. They met at the edge of the world. The corrupted dragon screeched across the clouds, wings trailing smoke. Acid hissed in its throat. It saw its challenger, sleek, clean, burning with inner light and dove. They collided like meteors, the sky itself tearing with their impact. Claws raked, teeth gnashed, fire clashed with venom. The younger dragon struggled. The corruption had made its enemy stronger, faster. But something in the younger beast would not break. It roared, silver flame engulfing the corrupted hide, burning through the blackened armor. Acid splashed across its side, sizzling flesh and scale, but still it fought. They crashed to the ground in a storm of wing and rage, tearing through trees and rocks and rivers. The corrupted dragon opened its jaws to unleash its inner maw, but the silver dragon twisted, slamming its tail into the hybrid's face, sending it reeling. Blood like oil splattered the stones. The silver dragon pinned the beast, fire building in its chest. Not just heat, but purity, cleansing flame. With one final roar, it released everything. The white-hot fire engulfed the hybrid, pouring into its open jaws, its eyes, its wounds. The shriek that followed was not draconic. It was alien, high-pitched and chittering and filled with fury and fear. Then it was still. The silver dragon staggered back, wounded, breathing hard. It looked down at the twisted corpse. No breath, no twitch. The parasite, overwhelmed by fire, had died. The hybrid was no more. But the facehugger's kind, they never sent only one. In the shadows of the crater, something moved. A single egg, pulsing, waiting.